in Hollywood. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Oh, God.
And now, here he is, Tom Leykis.
Thank you for tuning in to the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No. I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You're gonna need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. It's just good to be sitting here, baby. Tell you what. Doing the afternoon drive show in Los Angeles. Being heard all over the place. You've got to love that. And I do. I had a conversation with my stockbroker yesterday, and he says to me, so what do you plan to do with the rest of your life? What are you going to do? It's like, this. This is good. I like this. This is what I'm going to do. Are you kidding me? My God. Anyway, appreciate your business. Appreciate you being with us here. Let's talk a little about boobs. You know, we're guys. We love talking about boobs. That's the way it works. Love thinking about them, talking about them, getting my hands on them. I have always said, and not all guys are like me. In fact, I think most guys are not like me. But I have always said that I love boobs. I love them. But they do not have to be huge. They just have to be in great shape. If they're in great shape, that's all I care about. I'm a nipple man. If you have a great nipple, I'm in. I love it. That's what I like. Are you kidding me? I do not need you to have 22 pounds of breast behind that nipple. It's perfectly okay. If your breasts are in great shape, I mean, they can be B cups or C cups, that's fine. They just have to have a great nipple. If you've got a great nipple, I'm in. And I have never been a fan of fake boobs. I know most guys disagree with that, and that's fine. The main reason is I don't like the way they feel. There's very few that I've ever felt that feel natural. In fact, all the years I've been with various women, there was one woman who had fake boobs. They were incredible. They were absolutely amazing. You could never tell they were fake, and I would never have known if she hadn't told me. I don't know why she felt compelled to tell me. Maybe she thought, maybe she's getting paranoid that I could tell they were fake. But I couldn't. They were the best ever. But to my knowledge, that's the only pair of fake breasts that ever felt completely natural. Of course, maybe the other women didn't tell me. But I must tell you that many fake breasts are just, you know, you can feel the edges of the bags inside. You can feel them sloshing around. You know, you can feel that there's a baggie in there, or a Ziploc bag, or whatever it is. You can feel it. I was with one woman, when you would squeeze her breasts, they would kind of like, it was almost as if you had like a Ziploc bag of water in your hand. You squeeze it, and the bag moves. The bag moves out of your hand, squirts away. I was grabbing a woman's breast one time, and you could feel them, you know, like kind of move in the other direction. They kind of squirt away. Now, I'm looking at a blog that somebody has here. They're having a big debate on one particular internet blog about breasts. You know, because women love to talk about guys are liars. We're liars. We lie. We're just lying dogs. We lie. We're liars. And You know, the fact is that you may think that, ladies, but 60% of you dye your hair now. 60%. That's not your real hair color. The majority of women, that's not your real hair color. By the way, many of the women I find the most attractive are women of, Latin backgrounds. When I see a Latin woman with red hair, it just looks wrong. I'm sorry. It looks wrong. You know, when you got brown or olive skin, red hair looks wrong. It does. Black hair looks right. You know, and I think that red hair just looks preposterous. There's very few people who have skin like that who have red hair. It just looks impossible. There was a time when people would dye their hair colors that they could conceivably be. Colors that might conceivably grow out of their head. That went away a long time ago. Jesus. So over 60% of you dye your hair. How about the acrylic nails, girls? Also fake. And then when you add in the butt implants and the fake boobs, I mean, come on. How honest is that? How honest is that? Let me throw in you girls with the Wonder Bras. Is anyone still using those? They use push-up bras, Wonder Bras, whatever. But many of you girls who have the A cups or the B cups that you're trying to stretch into C or D cups by using these oddball bras they sell at places like Victoria's Secret, you think that's honest? I don't think so. You know, we have ingredients lists on Oreos and peanut butter, but guess what? When you look at a chick, you have no idea what you're getting. You have no idea what's in there. You have no idea how much is artificial, how much is real. You're right, Dean. Sure, the collagen injections, the Botox when you start getting into the MILFs and the cougars and stuff. I mean, chicks they do all kinds of things to change their appearance. Not to mention the fact that women lie about their age. They lie about what they do for a living. They lie about how much money they make. I mean, this is why, as a man, I don't feel bad about saying my name is Dr. Shapiro. I don't feel bad about it because women lie about all kinds of things. I say whatever lie you have to tell to get sex, tell it. Not a lie that would endanger somebody's life, obviously. Like, you're in the final stages of AIDS and you want to have sex without a condom because you like the way it feels. You don't lie about that. But you know what I'm talking about. If you have to lie about what you do for a living, how much money you make, what neighborhood you live in, if you want to lie and say you go to the gym every day, if you want to lie and say that you own a particular kind of house, if you want to lie and say you don't have roommates when you do, why shouldn't you be able to do that? Women lie about all kinds of things, for God's sake. Am I wrong?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
He's a wild man.
The Tom Leykis Show.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. All right. 2 your phone calls here, 1-800-5800-TOM. This is Vanessa on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How you doing today, man?
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. You know, I just had a comment about your question. Why or if women lie? Hell yes, we lie. We lie to get what we want, and we utilize what we have to get it.
Oh, I know you do, dear.
I know.
But that's why I'm saying that's why as a man, I don't feel badly about lying to women about, depending on what it is, my name or my occupation. If they want to be with a Jewish doctor, I'm Dr. Shapiro, and that's it.
You know how we do it.
I know.
Play the game. Don't hate the player.
That's how it works.
Exactly. Well, I just wanted to say that. And can you take me out with the bong hit?
I can indeed, dear.
No cost.
1-800-5800-TOM. Trevor on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Trevor.
How's it going, man?
Great.
Hey, I wanted to call and tell you, went to college out here in California. I was a Division I athlete. But, you know, I'm driving my Civic, and that wasn't really cutting it with the women. And I was listening to your show. I started listening to you when I was a senior in high school. And I heard you talking about this. So one day I decided to take my dad's Porsche out, get in a nice suit, and go to a club, and just go on ahead and tell every lady that I was an attorney. And ended up getting laid one night.
Now, is there any reason anybody should feel badly about that? No.
No, I mean, I did what I had to do. I look a little bit older than what I actually am, and, you know, I was telling the ladies that I was in my 30s, that I was a very successful attorney, and, you know, I know enough about being an attorney because my aunt's one, and, you know, and not like any of the chicks that I was talking to were smart or anything, but it was easy, you know, and I could have went any route. I could have told him I was a doc. I could have told him anything. I just decided to tell him I was a lawyer and got laid. So there you go.
I love that.
Yeah, and actually one time I hung out with a chick pretty much all day, and I knew of a place, and I also got this idea from you. I knew of a place in a very poshy, well-to-do area that was under construction, and I was telling her, you know, hey, you want to go check out my house, see how it's going? You know, they're remodeling.
Hey, we're on the air. We're on the air.
Sorry about that. And so I take her by the house, and she was just amazed, and there you go.
So anyway, it works.
It works. Absolutely it works. Worked for me. So thanks a lot, Tom. Can you take me out Kobe style?
Here you go, Trevor.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Malik on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, how's it going, Tom?
Great.
Okay, I don't think you should have to or you should lie to a woman to get action. I think you can get action without lying.
Sometimes you can, but when you can't, there's nothing wrong with lying.
Well, I mean, I guess it's according to what each person believes, but I personally don't like to be lied to by anyone.
Well, you're lied to by women all the time with fake hair color and fake boobs and fake nails. They lie about all kinds. They say they're on the pill when they're not. They say they can't get pregnant. They can. Women lie all the time.
Well, okay, I think that saying that a woman saying that she's on the pill when she's not, that's a different kind of a lie than dyeing her hair. You know what I mean?
They're all lies. It's all dishonesty, and therefore it's perfectly okay to lie to them.
Well, I disagree with you. I think that there's a blatant misrepresentation of the truth that you verbalize, and I think there's another type of perhaps misrepresentation, which I wouldn't consider to be a lie, which is, wearing your clothes a certain way to accent certain features or hide other features.
It's all about dishonesty. It's all about hiding things. And by the way, I was specific. I said I would not recommend lying to put someone in a life-threatening situation. But if a woman says, you know what I want to be with a lawyer, guess what? My last name is Esquire.
Right. Well, I mean, if let's say a woman has, let's say you suspect a woman's breasts aren't real, and you ask her, and she says, okay, they are fake. Well, in that case, initially she's misrepresented herself by having larger breasts than she naturally has, but in the other case, you've asked her about it, and she's been honest about it, and I don't feel lied to in that circumstance.
Well, you are, because if you didn't ask, she wouldn't tell.
No, I think this is one of the few points that I disagree with you on. But I think that there's a distinction between being forthcoming or not being forthcoming, and then straight out verbally.
But again, what is wrong with lying to get laid?
Well, I just personally, I like to have a basic level of integrity in my life, and I like to be honest with everyone, and I like everyone to be honest with me. If someone blatantly lies to me, now I'm not talking about a little white lie, but I'm talking a blatant lie about something, I usually end my relationship.
But if you're not planning on marrying somebody, what does all this stuff really matter?
Well, I guess if you're not looking at marrying somebody, I guess at that point, or having any kind of a real relationship with a woman, I mean, there's guys out there that don't want to get married, but they want to have sexual relationships. And a woman is more likely to have a sexual relationship with you if she can trust you. Trust is really, really important to women.
Yeah, but then they go ahead and lie to us.
Again, my central point, and I agree with a lot of what you say, but my central point is that there's a distinction between being forthcoming about things or not forthcoming about things.
I don't see that. I don't agree with that. I believe that if you're not forthcoming about something, you are being dishonest.
Well, okay, where is that line drawn for you? At what point are you supposed to just, have everything out in the open in order to not be a liar?
I think that if you don't have everything in the open, then you get what you have coming to you.
Okay, so your whole point is that basically all men and women are liars in some way. Therefore, you should lie to the extreme.
I think it's war out there. Women want to keep you from getting what they have that you want, which is sex, and they want to get as much as they can of what you have, which is money or attention that you'll give them or whatever. And so it's war. You need to give them as little of what you have as possible and get as much as you can as possible.
Well, even in war, there are some basic rules. Even the Nazis allowed the Red Cross out on the field. I mean, I think that at a certain point, so you're saying that there's no point other than physical harm or what have you.
So you're comparing lying on a date to Nazism?
I'm sorry?
You're comparing lying on a date to Nazism?
No. My whole point is that you're the one that called it a war. And my whole point
is a war.
Even in a war, there are some basic ground rules, and I think that there should be, for my comfort level, I guess every guy...
Well, there are certain basic ground rules. Don't rape anybody. Don't put anybody's life in danger. There are basic ground rules.
I think that there are...
Just like a war, don't kill civilians. I'm sorry?
I think that there are basic ground rules beyond just breaking the law.
I'm not talking about breaking the law. Don't put somebody in harm's way. Telling them your name is Dr. Shapiro is not going to hurt them.
Okay, but I mean, at that point, you really are blowing any chance of a sexual relationship with any kind of quality woman. And I understand.
No, you're blowing the chance of getting married. That's the only thing you're blowing.
I'm sorry?
You're blowing the chance of getting married. That's the one and only thing you're blowing.
No, you're blowing. If you blatantly lie to a woman and she catches you on it, most women are not going to want to have an ongoing sexual relationship with you, even if the sex is good.
Well, first of all, they're not. If they're not having a relationship that goes beyond sex, they're not going to find most of this stuff out anyway. And if they do, my attitude about it is, you know what? You move on to the next.
Okay, that is a fair point. It seems to me the kind of relationship you're talking about is where there's...
It's not. No, the kind of relationship I'm talking about is not a relationship.
Exactly. And I get that. Just for my comfort level, and I think for a lot of... Personally, I hate it when I am personally lied to, and I tend not to associate with people.
Well, you think you don't associate, but people lie to you every day, and you accept it, you don't even know it.
That may be true, but if I find out...
If you find out, and that's the key.
Okay. Well, there's a few points here that I disagree with you on, but, I respect your point of view. I just think it's sad if you're promoting people to become bigger liars out there in the world, because I think we have enough...
I think there's nothing to feel guilty about. Lying to a woman to get laid, there's nothing to feel guilty about because they lie to men.
Okay, maybe that I don't necessarily disagree with. Just because a woman, again, we're talking in circles here. I mean, you've got your point of view, I've got mine.
That's indeed right. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Edward on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Hey, I got a good lie here for you, and I almost feel bad divulging my buddies and I our go-to lie. But for any guy that's even halfway decent looking and looks like they're halfway in shape, you tell a girl at a bar that you play minor league baseball.
Oh, absolutely.
Girls hear professional baseball, those two words, and they eat out of your hands. And the great thing about it is there's so many minor league teams. Girls know nothing about the farm system. So you could say, yeah, I'm in town visiting my agent. I might be moving to the Red Sox farm team out here in Bakersfield. A girl hears Red Sox and agent, she's pretty much taken off her pants right there. It works, I would say, 90% of the time.
We've also recommended if you're a hockey fan and you look the part, just say you're a hockey player.
Exactly. Girls would know less about hockey.
I'm on the third line of the Chicago Blackhawks. Really, I'm a hockey fan. I can't tell you who's on the third line of the Chicago Blackhawks.
Yeah, but if you meet a girl that knows something about baseball... She doesn't know
who's on the third line of the Chicago Blackhawks.
This is true.
By the way, anyone who's not in the top 12 guys on a baseball team.
Yeah.
I mean, Edward, you could say your name is Matt Kemp and you play for the Dodgers. Never mind that he's a black guy. I bet most people don't even know that.
No, she hears the word Dodgers and...
Dodgers.
Yeah.
And by the way, what a great time. It's October. What a great time to be saying, hey, by the way, I can get great tickets if you ever need tickets.
Yeah, I'll just call my agent.
Right.
You say that to them, and it's over with. I feel bad. It's too easy sometimes.
And they just jump right in.
And right on. You're right.
Do you tell them your real name?
What's that?
Do you tell them your real name? Do you take them to your real house?
See, that's where it gets shaky. You know, you try to, I mean, you can, if you want to splurge, you go for renting a hotel room. You know, no, I wouldn't give them the real name because they Google your name when, you know, if you give them your number or something and then they figure out that you're lying to them. But, you know, I
mean, what you want to do is you want to tell them something like, you know, I'm just here in town because I'm meeting with my agent. Right. And so I'm staying with a friend, and I can't bring any girls home. Why don't you bring me back to your place?
Exactly. I've rented the hotel room a couple times. I never go back to my buddy's house. I go for the hotel room.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but even the hotel room is traceable because she has the room number and the night she was there. Unless you paid cash, she can find out who you were. I would want to, at all possible, to go back to her place.
Well, next time, hey, this is why you're Tom Leykis and I'm not. You're the smart one. I'll remember that next time.
There you go. Give that a shot.
Can you blow me up, Tom?
You know I can. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Cassidy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
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 How are you?
Great.
So do you want to talk about boobs or lying?
Whatever works.
Okay, well, you definitely caught my attention on the boob thing. My ex-boyfriend actually introduced me to your show, and I've listened to it a few times. And you want to know what? They're hard, and you do feel bags underneath.
Well, by the way, we can't use the T word in any form.
Natural boobs, if they look nice and perky, and the whole nipple thing. And lying, girls play games just as much as guys do. Just as much. Girls will lie to get their way, and it usually is money.
Or it's because they didn't bring an extra pair of panties home on a given night or out on a given night, and then you've got your friend with you. You say, oh, my friend is sick. I need to go home with my friend. You know, things like that.
Oh, they will do anything. Girls, yeah, they'll tell your name, different age, and girls will do anything. I hear it all day, every day. Girls are just as messed up as... They just lie as much as guys, and it is one huge game. Girls lie, guys lie.
That's exactly right.
So I was just, amen to you. I definitely agree. There's no better. If guys want to lie for sex, you know what? Great, you know, congratulations if it works. And you know what? If girls lie to get your money, then that's awesome for them, too.
There you go. The best liar wins. That's the way it works. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Chris on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Great.
This is something every guy needs to know. If you don't have money, it doesn't mean you can't get a girl. I've got a buddy. He makes a lot of money, and his wife makes a lot of cash. Well, we went out one night. He stops by the bank, checks his statement, said, you know what? light bulb comes up over the head. Let me see that statement. He's like, why? I'm like, don't worry about it. It doesn't have anything traceable on it. That's why they're printed out so quick. So he says, all right. So we start talking to some girls. I, spit a little bit of game. Don't buy them drinks. Just, whatever. I say, you know what? Here, give me a call. Pull out his bank statement with the huge number on it. Leave my number. They don't even use the number because as soon as you hand it to them, they come back about 15 minutes saying you've got all kinds of cash. You get laid. That.
Wow. Look at that. So you really work on this.
Yeah. I mean, why not? Why not?
Hey, I agree with you. That's why it's called game, You got to do some mental preparation. Got to get in shape.
But it takes so little, and it works out so well.
And women are so greedy. If you've got a bank statement or an ATM receipt or a car that looks expensive or you live in an expensive zip code or you say you live in an expensive zip code, it's amazing what girls will do.
But only works because I learned from you first. Don't bring them home.
That's right.
I don't have to make up any more lies. You want to know my name? My name's Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Tom. Blow me up, please.
I'll blow you up, baby.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom. Real Tom.
Stephanie. Now, Stephanie, since you're not getting what you need at home, can I help you a little bit here?
Sure.
Would you pull down your own pants and give yourself a crack in the ass so we can all hear it?
You want me to smack my butt?
Right now.
Okay, hold on, all right?
Okay.
Okay, hold on.
Okay. Oh, man.
The Tom Leykis Show.
God damn it!
The Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We appreciate it. Now, women, they lie about their boobs. They lie about their hair color. They wear fake nails. They say they can't get pregnant. They lie to us all the time. No problem lying to chicks. None. Philip on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Hey.
How you doing?
Great.
I got some crazy stuff to tell you, and I think you'll like to hear it. I mean, it's lies all the way around. I have this girlfriend. I'm in high school. I just got done dumping her. But basically, she went off to college, and, I bought her things, and it was all nice and peachy. But she went off to college, and next thing I knew, she was screwing guys in her dorm.
You must be a new listener here.
Actually, I've been listening for about a year.
What do we tell you about that?
You tell me not to do it.
And why do I tell you that?
So, because women are liars, that's why.
Haven't I told you there's no such thing as a long-distance relationship?
That is correct.
Mm-hmm. But you thought you knew more than I did.
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
How's that working out for you?
Oh, it didn't work out at all.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah, and then next thing I know, it just, after that all went to hell, pretty much I found out that you, Tom, and my dad were the ones that were right. Because my dad's been listening to you for, like, a long time.
Yeah, and he did he tell you to tune in?
Oh, yes, he did. He did indeed. And yeah, and now that I've heard that guy in the last listener, the one that was like, oh, you don't need to lie. Well, after all the lying, I think guys should be able to lie as much as they want.
Well, guys can lie all they want, but they're like you. They want to be in love. They want to have a girlfriend.
That's right.
And you see what happens?
See what happens? They just turn around and stab you in the back.
Well, the point is you could have done... You see, if you had followed my rules, you'd have banged her until she went away to college. When she went away to college, she'd bang other guys and you'd bang other chicks. When she goes back to town, you bang her. You don't ask her questions about what she's been doing because you're doing your own thing. And you would still be banging her today and you wouldn't feel like you'd been lied to.
Yeah.
But no, you had to fall in love.
That's right.
And now you can't even bang her anymore.
Nope.
By the way, how did you find out she was banging somebody else?
Just my one friend called up, and she's like, I've been hearing things through the grapevine, and and then I kind of tried to call her on her, and she just like, she kind of backed off, so I just pretty much assumed that she was doing it, just by the tone of her voice and how she was backing away from it, so I was just like, oh, well, dump you.
Yeah. How'd that feel?
It actually felt really great when I dumped her.
Because you did it on your own terms. At least you got that much.
Yeah.
But are you going to have another girlfriend now, Philip?
No, I am not.
Unfortunately, I could have saved you all this pain. Had you done what I told you, you would have saved all this pain.
Yes, that's right. But I learned the hard way.
You didn't have to.
I didn't have to, nope, but I did. So, but pretty much, yeah, your show is pretty damn awesome.
Well, thank you for that. Turns out we were right, huh?
Yeah, it turns out you were right. Now I'm turning all my friends on to you, too.
Excellent.
Can you take me out with the Thank You, Jesus song?
I certainly can.
Thank you, Jesus.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Beth on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. How are you doing?
Great.
Well, I am one of those women who lies, but kind of for a different reason than we've been talking about. I'd love to get your read on this.
Okay.
I'm an attorney, and I'm also an RN. And I don't have any luck when I tell the guy I'm an attorney. I don't get a date. If I tell the guy I'm an RN, I get all the dates I want.
Right.
What do you think of that?
Well, I think that makes sense, and I'll tell you why. Because, again, women are impressed when a guy's an attorney.
All right.
Guys don't really care what you do for a living, and chances are an attorney makes more money than they do.
Right, and that's problematic.
Well, so therefore it's a good idea to lie and not tell them you're an attorney.
But then there's the question of, do I really want a guy who's not secure enough to be with me because I'm an attorney? I'm the same person as a nurse.
Yeah, but the point is, everybody looks at you because they know nothing about you. Their whole view of you, whether they get turned on looking at you or being next to you or whatever, has to do with the little bit of information they have. And let's face it, the naughty nurse is a lot more exciting than the attorney carrying a briefcase.
But what about the naughty attorney?
Nobody thinks about the naughty attorney. And you want to know something? Most younger guys have never hired an attorney. I hear it here all the time. I'm constantly trying to get them to hire good attorneys for various problems, and they're afraid to do it.
Well, we just have a bad rep, I guess.
Well, as you know, there's a lot of people in your profession who, divorce attorneys get people to argue more so they can bill more hours, right? And then you get the ambulance chasing attorneys out there who advertise on TV.
Well, do you think it's okay to lie about this, Tom?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
And then I have friends who are doctors, and they buy old cars and drive those around so the girls won't go after them for their money. So this is all just, it's crazy. It's backwards.
You tell whatever lie you have to tell.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so do you think there is a stigma with being an attorney? I mean, do you think I should just not ever bring that up?
If you're a woman, there's a stigma with being any profession that requires a lot of knowledge, training, reading, that kind of thing. Because many intelligent, well-educated women can't shut up about being well-educated and smart. And guys get tired of listening to it. By the way, I'm one of them.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can see why that would be. And then there's the disparity with the amount of money you make, too. That seems to be a problem for guys if they don't make more than the woman.
Or at least the same. By the way, they're used to women who don't want to be with guys who make less money than they do. They're not used to being with women who make more money, and it's okay with them.
Because I married a locksmith once. And
how'd that work out for you?
Not too good. I'm kind of like you. I with the marriage, there have been a few. And it didn't really work out for either of us. I don't think he liked me making more, and I don't think I liked making less. Because there's a respect issue. And I think if women don't respect the guy, it's hard for them to be amorous.
Well, I think that's true.
I think I'm just going to, on your advisement, just keep lying.
Might as well.
Okay, Tom.
I mean, are you trying to get married or are you trying to get laid, dear?
Neither really yet. I mean, I'm not one who's into meaningless sex. I like to be in a relationship first, and I know that.
Well, now here's the problem: if you lie about being an attorney and then you want a relationship, the guy's eventually going to know the truth.
Right, and that has been a problem.
Well, so I'm assuming you're like a guy. You're going out to a bar and you want to get laid, but if you're going out and looking for a relationship or to get married again, well, I don't think lying is appropriate. You're going to have to start going after guys who make more money than you do. The problem there, Beth, is I see on the screen here you're 42 years old, and when you get to a certain age, guys with money can afford a much younger woman.
Right, and that is problematic. Luckily, I look a lot younger than my age.
So you lie about your age, too, I guess.
No, I don't, because that's something that if they're attracted to me, it's irrelevant at the beginning. And then later on, if they fall in love with me, then I just close that.
And they find out the hair-raising truth.
It's not, there are some women who agree with age or vice versa.
I know.
And, luckily, in this day and age, with all the beauty products and whatnot, we can enhance our beauty and hide our age. And there again, I guess you would call that lying if we...
It's more lying, but again, I'm encouraging you to lie, too.
Right. Well, I just think all in all, our Creator is sitting upstairs looking at all of us, just laughing at all of this lying, and everything's one big oxymoron, wouldn't you say?
A lot of morons out there, I'll say that.
Well, yes, there are. And it was such a pleasure talking to you. I try to tell my sons to abide by your preachings, to avoid a lot of pain and sorrow and blows to the pocketbook.
Absolutely. And as an attorney, you should understand what a woman can do.
Oh, I do. I've seen it happen a lot. And while we're on that subject, I don't think anybody should get a windfall in life. And I really have a problem with women who take the guys to the cleaners because why should they get a windfall? They have to work. They should have to work for their money.
Well, they get a windfall because we have laws that allow it, and we have attorneys who lobby against making any changes in those laws.
Yeah, well, I don't do family law. I do medical malpractice.
No, I understand, dear. I didn't expect you were a divorce attorney either. I'm just saying that's the reason.
Yeah, well, that's true, sadly enough, because it is a deterrent to getting into what could be a very loving and long-term family type of relationship. I know
I've been in no rush to get into another marriage.
Right, I get that from hearing you every day. I drive about an hour and a half home, and I listen to you every day. I'm probably outside of your usual demographics, but as far as your listeners go. But I really get a kick out of it, and you have a lot of wisdom, and it probably comes from some of your adverse experiences over the years.
That's certainly true, darling.
But it was definitely a pleasure talking to you, and I appreciate you taking my call.
Well, thank you so much for the call. I appreciate it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. BD. Are you into BD, by the way?
Hello, Tom.
Yes, BD.
Tom, I think you're a very...
What's your husband's name? SM? Huh?
Hello?
Yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, Tom, I think you're a very lonely man.
Why would you say that?
You know, you talk about how to get tail for less money, and you act.
So if I spent more money, I wouldn't be. If I spent more money getting tail, I'd be less lonely. Is that what you're saying?
No, but then you end up on these wonderful vacations all by yourself. And
what makes you think I'm all by myself? How do you know I don't meet people when I'm on vacation, dear?
Well, why wouldn't you want to spend some time with somebody and share those experiences?
I'd rather meet people while I'm on the road.
I think you're a very lonely man, and I think you need to have a nice girl who's not a slut, who doesn't dress like a tramp.
No, I want a girl who is a slut. That's what I'm looking for, dear. Our email address is my name, Tom, at blowmeuptom.com.
The Tom Leykis Show.